Good day, ladies and gentlemen. This is the recording of the 2023 Hydrogen webinar, and here are the questions of the hydrogen community. I thank them very much for this valuable question and share this with you. Enjoy. So I welcome everybody to the hydrogen webinar, and thank you very much for your precious time between the holidays. I would like to invite you to present yourself in a short word. Tell us why you are interested in hydrogen. And then the question of the day, what do you think is the inflation rate? And I don't want you to think about that in a term of indicator. I just want you to think about it as what was the price for a coffee and a cake 2 years ago and what it is now. So how much percent did it rise and how much will it rise concerning to your ideas? Mr. König, may I invite you to present yourself?
Yes, my name is Norbert König, and I'm an architect and Energieberater, Stuttgart. And I'm very interested in the hydrogen technology because I think it's something very important for the future, especially also for heating houses. Yeah, this is my greatest interest.
Your idea on inflation rate?
I haven't got the idea of it. I think it will be hydrogen will be in the future. I think much cheaper as it is now. Yeah, and question if the price is right, the people will use it. Yeah, I think the technology is already there, but it has to come into the market. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mr. König. Mr. Günther, would you like to join us and present yourself in a short word? Tell us why you are interested in hydrogen and what you think about inflation.
Yeah, I'm also architect in Hamburg, and we make several projects, and some projects are focused on energetic problems and minimization from CO2. Yeah, so I'm interested in all technologies in this case, and also to hydrogen and methane dialysis, because I think that's the questions of our future. So yeah, I think that some big industry groups are doing not enough or just doing in their own case of view. So I'm interested in technologies, low-tech technologies from the roots of our society. Yeah.
Thank you. May I invite Leo Gielen to present himself, tell us why he's interested in hydrogen and what he thinks about inflation.
Good evening. First of all, why I'm interested in hydrogen is that I think that's the only way at this moment that will be a good way. Electricity and electric vehicles are not really usable, I think. Too much hassle, too long loading times. And hydrogen is like LPG gas, very easy to use. In the Netherlands, there were several tests with buses, and it's safe and it works good. So inflation rate, yes, it's very bad. Inflation rates that are published by the government are just small percentages of the real inflation rate, I think.
Thank you very much, Mr. Gielen, to the Netherlands. Alphonse, would you like to follow Mr. Gielen?
Yes, for sure. He's on the right thinking, in my opinion, and I think this would be an easy way when everybody can produce or use hydrogen. But I think not everybody can do it because nobody has so much place, or not so many people have so much place to to bring so much solar panels on his ground and produce so much hydrogen that he can stay with energy in the winter. I think when everybody do it, then and the government and the lobby is on the same way, I think this is a good way.
Awesome. What did you pay 2 years ago for a coffee in a restaurant?
€2.50, yes. And now,
what do you pay now?
yeah, double up, almost. I'm have an idea to build a new small house on our normal house, and I'm interested in hydrogen because I have a big garden and a big roof on my house, and I want to bring this, what you are teaching us today or explaining, perhaps in my second house.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to that. I'm pleased to hear any questions.
And how much kilowatt from the sun power do you need to get 150 euros every 3 days? How big?
So this is under full load. You will need approximately 48 kilowatt hours for 1 day because you have the compressor and you have the electrolyzer. The electrolyzer and the heating has about 1 kilowatt of energy demand. So you need this 48 kilowatt hours in order to supply the compressor and the electrolyzer. That means if you have a 10 kilowatt peak solar array and the sun shines on it 1 hour a day, you will have 10 kilowatt hours and so on. So if you want it to run by night, you have to store at the same time. The electrolyzer uses 2 kilowatt hours. You have to store 2 kilowatt hours for the night. And that's of course only for midsummer. I hope that answers your question.
Yes, and in combination with the compressor, which needs power too, how much power needs the compressor? Is this in the summary of energy, or
that is hard to say because I don't know your compressor, but we run it with 300 watt, and a bigger compressor is of course nicer. So in total, just think about 2 kilowatt load you have to carry on for 24 hours. That will be 48 kilowatt hours.
yes.
Hi, I'm Kat, and I would think that my biggest fear would be we have a bundle, and then the hydrogen maximum is reached, and like I've heard that it's not so easy to find buyers. They take your hydrogen at a regular base.
That's true, of course. It is very difficult to find a buyer which is happy with the quantity you have, and you also don't know which quantity you're gonna have.
Is there kind of like a platform so one can team up too?
Yeah, we are planning on doing that, and there's another platform which is selling, or which is like a online platform to sell and buy hydrogen, but on a much bigger scale. We have to see how it goes, but it will be up to you. So what I do, I call the companies around. I call everybody who's dealing with glass. I call everybody who's dealing with metal, because for cutting, you can use hydrogen as well, because you don't care about the embrittlement. If you just want to cut like a container boat in pieces, You can take any gas to cut. Or in the silicone and the semiconductor industry. So you have to call them. And the funny thing is, they have all the same problem. They have the rising energy prices. So surprisingly, they were really friendly to me. And I hope they're also friendly to you. But I can, of course, I cannot, I don't know where you live. I cannot call around your area to find a buyer. That's up to you.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, that is also the question what I had. What is the market like? And can you simply sell the gas bottles? And how much pressure do you need? And do you need a permit? And what is the approvals?
You don't need a permit because the storage until it's funny because unless it is bigger than 9 tons of hydrogen, and unless you store more than 9 tons of hydrogen on your property, you don't need a permit. Because this quantity in a bundle, you can check the infographic. A bundle contains between 300 kilowatt hours and 500 kilowatt hours of energy. That is the same amount of energy the car, which has a 60-liter tank full of gasoline. This is the same explosion power, and you don't need permission to put your car in your garage.
Yeah, okay. And is there any issue like the TÜV has come to check the situation there or something like that?
Yes, for sure. The bottles have to be checked every 10 years.
No, I mean the whole engine, the whole engine.
No.
Okay. And are there any standards in case of pressure or quality or something like that?
Yes, there are. So if you want to find a buyer, they will ask you if you can provide hydrogen 3.0 or 5.0. The Volks-Electrolyzer itself makes 3.0 because there's still a little water in the hydrogen in a low percentage. The room needs to be ventilated. Like every gas boiler in your house needs to have an opening 150 square centimeters wide. So this should be on the top of the room because hydrogen is very light. Every hydrogen will escape by there. Then you have 2 sensors. One is connected to grid power, one is connected to batteries. And all this will give you a warning when hydrogen is leaking. The pipeline towards the bundle is no risk zone, just the bundles themselves. 3 meters around the bundles shouldn't be any hazardous goods. I see Mr. Werner asked, I think it's more likely that you don't want to be sued if your engine suddenly draws the wrong air and a few thousand liters of oxyhydrogen go off at 300 bars. We are not talking about oxyhydrogen. We are talking about pure hydrogen.
Hello, I'm Jürgen Blessing, and I want to use hydrogen in a storage because I have to install about 200 square meter of photovoltaic. And my question is, do you have any solution for a fuel cell to generate electronic capacity?
So if you take a look at the international hydrogen price list, you will find many fuel cells. It's depending, of course, on the load. So in the Netherlands, there's Netstack. I really like them. I easily promote them. They are really great 6 kilowatt fuel cells, but they don't sell them in the system as far as I know. So that's just a fuel cell. So you need someone to make you the regulation system. Then there's Baltic fuel cells and Visma I really like, but these ones are small, more for mobile applications. So just go through. We have this one. It was on the fair in Bremen this year, but still we are talking about big bucks. Yes, you are paying 14,000 euro a kilowatt. So fuel cells have permission, have places to be. I personally don't suggest to reconvert hydrogen to electricity. Rather use all your electricity directly and put the heat sector first towards the hydrogen, because 1/3 of our energy demand is heat, at least in Northern Europe. I don't know if we have some people from the equator. So just check these suppliers. You will also find like Ostermeyer, which is providing H2 solutions, the PK, of course, which you know in Italy, CTS Home Power, then from Belgium, this Panta company, and so on. Just check it. I hope that helps you.
Perfect, thank you.
So you can reconvert hydrogen to electricity, but you see here all the conversion steps. So you have the photovoltaics. They go to a small battery, be it a lead acid or lithium battery. They store a little bit of energy to feed the electrolyzer. The electrolyzer then feeds a compressor and gives away a little heat. The compressor will now compress the hydrogen there. It can store for a season or maybe for years, doesn't matter. And then it goes to a fuel cell. If you are lucky, you get a 70% efficient fuel cell, which I don't think. Let's say 60% electricity you get back. So you have, while you do this process, you have electric efficiency of 26%. But you have 100% independence.
Yep.
When you use it for heating purpose, your initial investment is lowering by 50%, and the efficiency also rises to 72%, which is 100% sufficient. So hydrogen boilers, this was also on a trade fair, will come on the market end of this year, the coming year. So if, let's say you buy a electrolyzer right now, you produce the whole season through, you fill up some bundles, you get used to the process whatsoever, it will still be enough time to have the hydrogen boiler on the market to use your hydrogen for heating purpose.
Andy, I have a question. When I'm interested in getting this power in my new part of the house with the new energy room, how much is the invest for when I have a living area about 120 meters square in the new house, and how much do I have to invest when I want to buy this kind of energy producing? Not for storage and selling, for storage and self-using.
So then it depends on, are you using the energy all year around, or are you using it seasonally? Because that makes a difference in the storage size.
Yes.
If you need a day-to-night storage, you can maybe go with 1 50-liter bottle. Then you have an investment for the bottle of, I don't know, $300. If you go for several bundles, then you get up to 45,000 euro for only the bundles.
I don't know the value of H2 energy by heating machines or in combination with heating machines. I have a propane gas brenner you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a tank in my garden, which is underground, but I think I can't use this tank for storage H2 because it's too thin, I think. I need
So
the
first of all, it's about the material. We get this question quite a lot. So if this storage is very old, you have to send a probe of the material to material science service, and they will tell you if the material is able for hydrogen. On your tank is a metal plate which tells you the pressure.
Okay.
Propane is under a pressure of 30 bars. Butane is only, so both liquid gases, right? But butane is only 10 bars. So you see that on the plate. And if the metal scientist tells you you can use your and of course the number of cycles. So if this is the 50-year-old corroded tank, you cannot use it. But if it gets TÜV or it is in good shape, the material is right, you can use it for the pressure it is certified for with hydrogen. So that's a good thing if you have such a tank.
Yes.
Mostly, I don't know,
I
6
rented
cubic
from,
meters.
I think, I think about 5 meters long, and I have to check an old bill how much I can tank in. I think 3,000.
Yeah, they give it in liters. Yeah, that doesn't. So here you see the pressure. So here you have. Do you see that?
Yes.
And here you see the pressure. Here you see the size, and here the kilograms you can store there, not by day, but in total. In one cycle, you can store. In this tank, you can store 5 kilowatt hours, 5 kilograms, which is 33 kilowatt hours per kilogram, 150 kilowatt hours approximately.
Okay.
And here you see the slightly bigger tank, which can hold 9 kilograms under 30 bar. But this is propane. I don't know if you have propane.
Yes, I think in yellow from Tiga, and I rent it since 2015, yes, or 14, yeah. But when I will do this, I want to mix this energy with the stuff I have and the new technology with H2. Two energy systems in this case. I have one energy system, which the or propane gas, I think, Flüssiggas, and I have solar energy on my roof with a boiler for storage or puffer, yeah. And when I do it, when I build the new house, the second small house, then I want to bring the new energy system inside. Know that I have two energy systems, which I have to use.
So I don't know if I got you right. There's this thing called gas blending that is like mixing methane with hydrogen, like 20%, and then you can use usual burners or usual applications if you have this, what they call HD ready sign. Do you mean that? So mixing hydrogen with methane, or let's say a fossil gas?
Yes, I know this sort of energy, but I will separate it clearly. One from just only with program, and one energy system only with H2. That I have two energies, and I'm free. You know?
Yeah, you have like a backup. So if
Yes.
you don't have hydrogen, you can go back to methane
Yes.
like this. So yeah, here what you see here on this is a blending apparatus where the gases are mixed. This is of course the big one because this is in the university. They have plenty of space. Could be small, like let's say electric furniture. Yes. But yeah, it is possible. Of course, all this needs to be planned and really checked. So here you see the methane in the copper pipe and the hydrogen in the stainless steel pipe, and from here on they go into this expansion vessel and they are mixed in a certain stoichiometric quantity.
Okay.
Yeah, this is possible. I don't know the price for that.
Yes. This is the question, yeah.
Yeah, so just try your best. Take the relative numbers. Here you have everything you need to calculate how many kilograms do I want to store, when is my using cycle and when is my producing cycle, what are the appliances I want to power, what are the producers I want to run, and what is my renewable energy source. Do I have a battery? Do I have a short-term storage? These are all questions which decide the price.
I have also a question. What happens when the bottles are full? Is there a sensor that reposts the fill level?
Yes. So if the pressure is full, it will just stop producing.
The whole electrolyzers stop producing?
Yes. So there's an initial signal which comes from your inverter, which says I have excess solar.
Okay.
And then the electrolyzer will check, do I have the capacity? Can I produce? Or can I not? And then only if there's okay on the second side, it's lower than 300 bars, then it will start.
Yeah, okay. That's interesting. And how much does your electrolyzer cost?
So it comes in different versions. This is like the 300 bar version, which I highly recommend, but this doesn't come with any fueling nozzles or anything.
Yeah.
And this comes up to 28,000 euro.
Okay.
So here you have the relative prices, like the euro per kilowatt hour. And with our concept, even though we have the highest quality PEM technology, which these don't have at least, we are still much cheaper because of the point I described to you before. Measurement and control, apps.
Yeah, okay, I understand. And what is with a guarantee or something like that? If I got some clients and for example, an agricultural company or something like that with massively photovoltaic areas, 600 square meter, something like that. And I said, oh, maybe this is an opinion to produce your own
hydrogen.
Yes. Sorry.
But if we are talking about areas, that's what we call areas.
Yeah.
600 square meters. This is not the right product. Then you have to go bigger.
Yeah.
You have to go bigger, then you go to custom electrolyzers, or like our colleague here also in North Germany does up to 25 kilowatt.
Okay. And if you have smaller ones, how many square meters you need? You can serve?
I don't know the efficiency of your module, so I say it in kilowatt peak. I would say 10 kilowatt peak is okay. 20 kilowatt peak is better.
If you got an photovoltaic area permit free in Germany, for example, then
Less
your
than 30 kilowatt peak.
is the right machine for that.
Yes, yeah, I think everything up to 30 kilowatt peak is okay. Then you will still lose some in summertime. You have a good return on invest because you have 24 hours guaranteed. You have always the battery full enough to let the electrolyzer work the whole night.
Yeah, the service and guarantee when I've got some clients. And
so what I did right this winter with the version 1.0, I just sent the electrolyzer back to the manufacturer, which is in Schwerin. It's not far from me. We have a chat. I send it back, please check it. And that's what they do. So we are all Germans. We speak the same language. We are not sending things to China. They guarantee this 40,000 hours for the electrolyzer, but also, of course, the booster has a maintenance cycle. And also after this 40,000 hours, because it's a German manufacturer, you can send it back and refresh it. So the catalyst is not used, never. The catalyst is always same, but it is dirty. So they will clean it, and then you can go another 40,000 hours, or maybe let's say 30,000 hours, but because it's never like a virgin electrolyzer. And that's what I do. I get the electrolyzer back when they are done. I'm very happy with the service. They cannot guarantee if you use bad water. That's what happens often. Like people have dirty water and put it into the electrolyzer. Of course, the dirt particles get stuck, and there you have to pay for the cleaning. It's your fault then. I did also my mistakes, so I pay it.
One more question from my side. I have seen there are two levels of pressure. That means 300 bars and 700 bars. And some cars needed 700 bars. So is this possible with your solution? And also what I have seen is there are a lot more costs for a 700 bar pressure. So
yes,
what's your opinion of this?
We don't have this as a 700 bar version ready, because really 700 bar is not like a Sodamax. We are talking about real pressures. And if we take a look at hydrogen vehicles, of course, they run at very high pressures because they want to move SUV. And what happens then with the Volks-Electrolyzer, you can only fill this car half full, or let's say 2/3 full if it's 750 version or 700 bar version. But you do it at home, so you make a long journey, you have to buy the hydrogen gas at the gas station, but when you come home, you can always refill it half. So if the hydrogen gas station is away like 250 kilometers from your place, the Volks-Electrolyzer could be a good solution. So we have customers who have this problem in northeast of Germany. Not a lot hydrogen gas stations yet.
Does one learn in your workshop also the dimensioning and of the piping? Because I wouldn't really know who to talk to plan this.
So the hydrogen pipes are 6 millimeters metric. So they are really thin. then the cable wiring is all dimensioned by the product itself. So you cannot do any mistake as long as you stay at the same gauge. Yes, if you want to plan demand and production and optimize this, you should talk to an engineer. And of course, this is also in the funding capital. I can advise you a lot of engineers, but if you are interested in a product of us, you can ask us to do the planning, because so there is the Volks-Electrolyzer. We founded the Volks-Electrolyzer 2 years ago because there was a lack on the market. But we are a MEP and HVAC engineering office. So what we do right now pretty often is we make feasibility studies for, recently we had someone who tries meat for dog food and he wants to convert to hydrogen. So he's talking about 400 kilowatt peak solar arrays on his whole property. There we make a feasibility study. Please, if you liked what we do, you can ask us. But if not, there is, of course, the HiFinder platform. So I know the founders of HiFinder, and they are really nice. You will find all kinds of products, sadly without prices, but that is just the thing. And I know you are all afraid when you see these prices, so they don't show them. But here you find also services. Do you see this site?
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to have an engineering office close to your project, maybe you find someone consulting service here.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we are already
you.
over the time. There was this little gap where no one had a question. I was kind of afraid. I thank you very much for your patience. If nobody has an urgent question anymore, I hope to see you again. And
Thank
wish
you.
you a nice New Year's Eve.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Yeah,
You
thank you
too.
very much.
Ciao.
I hope we stay in contact. Yeah. Bye.
Okay,
Thank you very
ciao.
much.
Thank you so much for watching. We have to make our living by what we do. We want you to be energy independent. Energy is a gift, and that's what we work for. The only thing we ask you is please give us a like, subscribe to our channel, and push the bell notification button. If you want to see the full tutorial, you can watch it on the Volks-Electrolyzer community members area totally for free. You get access to the full electrolyzer mounting tutorial without commercials. You get the international hydrogen price list with all the components you need. Read the newest article and check out our explanatory pictures and schemes. You get the possibility to become a sales partner. Our shared experience and your knowledge is key to the Volks-Electrolyzer community. So please consider to become a member under v-electrolyzer.de.